Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Matt from SnusCENTRAL.org and SnusTV.com. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Hope you guys are enjoying some great snus and, just watching some of the other videos that we have here on the channel. I gotta warn you guys right off the bat, this is going to be a long video. Today we're going to be looking at the highly anticipated Epok series. I'm going to be covering 7 snuses in this video. So sit back, grab your favorite Epok snus or your favorite snus in general, and I'll let you know what I think about each and every one of these snuses in order. Now, I know some of you guys are probably not going to watch this full video, but if you do, thanks very much for supporting the channel and staying connected in everything snus. For those of you who only want to look at a certain snus that you're interested in this video, I'm actually going to be annotating different timestamps down below, so you can just jump right to the portion of the review that you want to look at. So, today we're going to be looking at the Epok line. We're going to be checking out Enbar, Mint, Lakrits, Melon, Lime, Kaffe, and Blueberry. So, I got all 7 here. Let's jump right into this. Let's take a look at the cans. Let's look at the portions, and then I'll jump right over to the flavor. So taking a look at the Epok cans. These are really awesome cans, guys. I love the designs on these. When I first looked at the press release of these, when they came out on the market, I was absolutely floored over the can designs. They're very modern looking and they're different from anything else that's on the market. As you can see, they have this similar design in mind. So they're all white can lids with transparent bodies, which is really cool. So if you look, they're all color coded and they designate each flavor. So if you look at your melon, it is going to be a nice, reddish, light red, almost orange color. Go down to your mint, it's a nice teal color. Kaffe is a brown. You have blueberry, which is a really cool deep blue color. Your licorice, which is a purple. Your Enbar, which is a nice light blue color. And then the lime, which is a really cool lime green coloration. I like the can designs on these. I think they hit a home run. They're very modern looking, and again, they're different from anything else that's on the market. So taking a look here, I'm just going to grab the lime, for example. Again, with that nice white lid, giant catch lid up top. It's a really cool design. This whole section is the catch lid. Let's go ahead and pop that open. Giant catch lid. Good to dispose of a lot of used portions when you're out on the go. So really cool. And then again with the transparent body. You can see all the snus that you've used during the day and let you know if you need to order some more of this. Really cool can design. Very sharp looking. On top, you're going to have the cool eagle logo, the nice futuristic and sharp font, and then you have the white snus, lime, and then the format, which is slim. So you have slim formats and large portion formats. Around the side, you're going to have the same stuff. So Epok, the flavor designation, again with the really cool coloration. The white snus, and that's about it. Pretty cool. And then on the back, you're going to have your traditional Swedish warning label, your made and expiration date, as well as the ingredients. So, I know a lot of you guys are asking, what the heck is up with white snus? What is white tobacco? Well, if you go down here and check this out, I actually ripped open 2 bags. This one is going to be a Stroof Polar Stark White. This is the plain brown tobacco, and then over here you have your white tobacco. So the difference between white tobacco and brown traditional tobacco is white tobacco has been sent through an extra process of cleaning. So it takes out a lot of the heavy metals that's found in snus, which, there's not a lot to begin with anyway. but it takes out the brown in the tobacco and the heavy metals. So they tout this as, reducing harm even more. So I'm all for that. That's really cool. But you guys don't have to worry about brown tobacco in the slightest. It doesn't have a lot of harm to begin with anyway. It is pasteurized snus, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, this is sent through the same process. It is steam pasteurized and just stripped of any brown and heavy metals. So I gotta say too, guys, this white tobacco is pretty fluffy and finely ground. It's almost like powdered sugar or talcum powder. It's very light and fluffy and really not that coarse. So there's not going to be a lot of irritation with this in the upper lip, which is not bad. And then if you look over here and compare that to the brown tobacco, your brown tobacco is going to be just, a little bit more coarse of a grind, but still finely ground. And that's just the major differences between the white tobacco and the brown tobacco. In my opinion, I like brown tobacco a lot better than white tobacco. When you take white tobacco and strip it of everything else that makes tobacco tobacco, you lose a lot of the flavor from it. So you're not going to pick up really any tobacco flavors in the Epok snoozes because they strip it from all the flavors and then they have to add back the flavorings to make it what it is. And let's go ahead and go over here and look at the different portions. So over here you have your traditional white portion format with the brown tobacco. As you guys can see, this is a Scroof Polar Stark white portion, and comparing it to one of the slim portions from the Epok line, you guys can see that the Epok line is a little bit thinner, and it's pretty plump too as far as tobacco goes. There's a decent amount in there, and again, not as much as your Scroofs, but keep that in mind. It's going to vary depending on the snus you use. So comparing it to the Scroof as far as portion fill, your Epok doesn't have as much as the Scroof, but then that does vary. So there is plenty of tobacco in here. They do tend to pack these quite full, and wanting to give you enough flavor there. Comparing it to the Epok large portion, these got plenty of tobacco in here, so they plump up very well. I mean, that's a giant portion right there. So plenty of tobacco in there. So pretty cool stuff. Portion material, I gotta say, guys, these can be a little bit irritating in the upper lip. So highly suggest drinking water with these. And a side note too, the slim portions seem to be more of a traditional white portion format. So they do take a little bit longer for the flavors to develop. And then I found that the large portion format, they act more of a original portion. So it seems like the large portions get the flavors rocking a little bit faster than the slim ones. But they're a decent fit in the upper lip. But like I said, they can get irritating if you use them back to back. So anyway, guys, that's a look at the Epok cans and the portions, as well as comparing the tobacco. Let's go ahead and check out each and every one of these flavors in a little bit more detail. All right, so let's take a look at Epok Enbar. You know what? I gotta say, guys, when you first pop this snus in, it's different. It's supposed to be juniper berry. And juniper is a really popular flavor in snus. I know Göteborgs Rapé has juniper in it, little hints of it here and there. But this one sort of takes it to the next level. Right when you pop it in, you're going to get a full burst of juniper. And to me, personally, I got to be honest with you, this is an artificial juniper berry flavor. Now, I don't know if it's because well, actually I do know. It's because they whitewash the tobacco that's in these. And it strips away a lot of the flavors in the tobacco, and they have to add flavors back in. So with this one, to be honest with you guys, I don't like it. If you open the can and smell it, oh man, it smells like, first smell is literally like cough syrup. You know that really strong, mentholated, medicinal smell that you get from cough syrup? It's like that. But then like the second or third smell, that sort of goes away after it punches you in the face. And then it's a good berry smell. It's not bad. It smells really fruity and sort of pleasant after that initial kick goes away. But it does sting the nostrils a little bit. Flavor-wise, when you pop it in, it's very medicinal tasting in a way. It tastes artificial, like I said, but it tastes similar. It's really hard for me to do this because it's not something I enjoy, but it does taste vaguely like an Enbar snus. Not as authentic as Göteborgs Rapé, but it's not. I don't think it's the worst flavor I've ever had. I think if you had a couple portions of this or went through a can, it might grow on you, but it's definitely not something I'd pick up. Everybody's tastes are different, so keep that in mind. If I don't like any of these Epok snoozes, the flavor-wise, everyone's flavor profiles are different. So keep that in mind. Flavor is going to only last you about 20 minutes, then it dies completely flat. That's a downside with this. The nicotine, on the other hand, is a 0.85%, so there's plenty of free nicotine here. I didn't feel like I was jonesing for it at all when I had these in. But, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great, and I don't think I'm going to have it in my regular rotation. So if you're interested in it, I'd say try it just to see what it's like. So anyway, let's move on to the next one. So now let's take a look at Epok Melon. This is it's a decent flavored snus. Now it's not sweet or candied like your your Jacobson's melon, or it's not as natural tasting as your Odin's. But I gotta say, when you pop this open and smell this one, it's very aromatic and it smells exactly like a fresh cantaloupe. Fantastic smelling snus. The first time I had this, I went through a couple portions and I was trying it out and it wasn't exactly flavorful. For the Epok Melon, this is going to be more of an aromatic snus. You're not going to get loads of flavor, again, like your Jacobson's or your Odin's melons, or even your Thunder, but there's enough flavor there to keep you interested. I would say on this one in general, if you like melon snoozes and you don't want something that tastes like candy, try this one out. You may like this. The flavor is going to last you, again, about 20 minutes, just like your Enbar. It's not the greatest long-lasting flavor-wise, but it's decent. It's not bad. I would probably pick this up again, just if I want something that's not a hit-you-in-the-face melon and not a lot of nicotine, like the Odin's melon. So it's not a bad snus at all. The only downside, again, is that the flavor only lasts for about 20 minutes. Nicotine strength, on the other hand, is a solid 0.85%, and it's a slim portion. So it fits decently comfortable in your upper lip. It doesn't give you too much irritation. It's not a bad one. But then again, I've had a little bit better of melon flavors on the market. But if you're interested in this Epok melon, try it out. It's not that bad. It tastes pretty natural, but towards the end it does get a little bit of an artificial flavor. So keep that in mind. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Epok Lime. Alright, so taking a look at Epok Lime now. This one surprised me the most out of all of them. And I gotta say, I love the coloration on this. My favorite color is green, and this lime green is really cool. You know, when I first had this snus and popped it open and smelled it, it smells like key lime pie. And I was like, huh, that's really interesting. Because a lot of the lime flavored snoozes on the market, well, the only one I should say right now, besides the Thunder limited edition Prima Lima, is Göteborg's Rapé, and I use that one a lot. It's not like Göteborg's Rapé. The Rapé is more of a natural lime flavor. This one is a little bit on the artificial side, but I gotta say, it's not a bad lime flavor at all. This one really surprised me. Flavor's gonna last you a little bit longer. You're looking at about 25 minutes overall. It dies out here and there and then it'll pick back up, but I think you can get about 30 minutes total out of flavor out of this one, which isn't bad. So it's not bad. I like this one. I would actually order this one again out of all the Epok line. It surprised me. It really did. Nicotine strength on this guy is going to be clocking in at a solid 0.85%. So plenty of free nicotine here for jonesing for it. And I like it quite a bit. It's a solid offering from Epok. I'd say the best out of the whole line. So if you're hung up on any of these Epok snoozes on which one to buy, definitely check this one out. It's a great snooze. So let's go ahead and move on and talk about the Epok Blueberry. Alright, so Epok Blueberry. This one actually surprised me just like the lime did. There's not a lot of companies making a blueberry snus on the market, and I found this one quite enjoyable. It's got a pretty decent blueberry flavor. It's a little bit artificial at times, especially if you use it back to back. And you can also get burned out on blueberry very fast. So if you want something to change up your regular rotation, this blueberry might be a good, fruit flavored snus for you, especially if you don't like anything overpoweringly sweet. It's a decent option. I would actually order this one again. Nicotine strength is a solid 0.85%. Plenty of free nicotine here. And this being a slim portion, it does fit decently comfortable in the upper lip. There might be a little bit of irritation because these portions are jam-packed. Other than that, it's good. It doesn't cause any throat irritation or anything like that, so that's a good thing. The only downside really with this is that the flavor only lasts about 15 minutes and then it dies completely flat. But I've been noticing that on all the Epok series. They don't last that long, with an exception of one or two here and there. But it's a decent snooze, and if you want a blueberry flavor, this is going to be your option at the moment. It's a good flavor. I'd borderline say great just because it's a blueberry, but the only reason why I'm hesitant on there is because, again, it's a little bit artificial. But not bad. And I like the can design on this too. It's very reminiscent to Tron. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but that's what this can reminds me of. It's pretty cool. Smell, on the other hand, when you open this up, it smells like blueberry. Like a really good blueberry. Almost a little candy-ish, but it's not sweet in that way. Pretty good stuff. And the xylitol sweetens it up a little bit, so pretty good flavor all around. I'd definitely pick up a couple cans of this in the future, for sure, just to mix up my rotation. So let's go ahead and move on to Epok Licorice. Alright, so Epok Licorice. This is a really cool can design. I like the colorations. I'm not a huge fan of purple, or almost like a royal purple. It's a darker color, but it's a really cool can. Epok Licorice. So, I'm a huge fan of licorice. I eat a lot of black licorice. Right now, my favorite licorice snus on the market is General Licorice, and before that was the discontinued, famous Nick and Johnny small batch licorice. So I know my licorice, and when you pop this open and smell it, it smells like licorice, but again, more of an artificial licorice flavor. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. Depends, again, it depends on who you are. But I wouldn't write this one off fully. It's a decent flavored snus. It's a little bit more mild licorice flavor. It's not a complete full-bodied black licorice, but it does have a little bit of a spice to it. It's got a really nice herbal character to it and a little bit of aniseed flavor as well. So it's not a bad licorice flavor, but there are better options on the market, guys, I gotta say. I want to be honest with these videos too. I know everybody's tastes are going to be different, but for me personally, it's not a bad option. I might order this one again. I'm borderline on that one. But if you're interested in any of the Epok series, try this one as well. You might like it. It's got a decently complex flavor out of all of them that I've tried so far, and it's not too bad. I might get a little bit of a hint of a tobacco flavor in the background, but that just might be my head, my thoughts on it, because I use so much general licorice. So I don't know if that's just a mind game going on with this, but it's not a bad flavor. If you want something to mix up your regular rotation of licorice that has a little bit of a different flavor, this might be your option. Nicotine strength is running a solid 0.85%, so plenty of free nicotine in this one. And this is a large portion snus, so it's a little bit bigger. A lot of the other Epok line are a slim fit portion, which is good. But this one, a little bit bigger. And the mouthfeel, I gotta say, it feels like it almost is a original format, to where the flavor and the nicotine release really quickly. It's a really fast releasing snus. So if you're a fan of that, try this out. You may not be disappointed by it. You might like it. So flavor's gonna last you anywhere between, again, 20 minutes. The flavors on these guys tend to die off pretty quickly, like I've been saying. But go ahead and try it out. You might like it. So next, let's go ahead and take a look at Epok Coffee. Alright, so taking a look at Epok Coffee. This one surprised me. I gotta say, guys, I like this one, and I might actually order a couple more of these. There's not a lot of coffee flavors on the market, and I think Epok did a fantastic job with this. It's the most realistic coffee flavor I've ever had in a snus, and I'm impressed. I really am. You guys need to buy a couple cans of this, or maybe a roll. I like it. The flavor on this guy is a pretty authentic coffee flavor. It doesn't taste artificial at all. It's got just a very slight sweetness to it because of the xylitol that's in here. And it tastes like a good black coffee with just a little bit of sugar in it because of that xylitol. Really good stuff. Flavor is going to last you about 30 minutes on this, a little bit longer than the other Epok snoozes in the line. So I gotta say, if you guys are jonesing for a coffee snooze, pick this up. You're gonna like it. It's a great morning snooze, especially if you missed your morning cup of coffee. This will get you going during the day. Nicotine strength on this guy, just like all the other Epok line, is a solid 0.85%, and it surprised me. Pretty good slim fit pouch too. It doesn't give me too much irritation, and I like it. Pretty cool can design too. I like the brown. Looks pretty antique looking, little old retro coffee snooze. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the last one, which is Epok Mint. Alright guys, so last but not least is Epok Mint. Now, I gotta be upfront and honest with you with this one. I'm not crazy about it. It's not bad, but I think there's better mint snoozes on the market. However, if you're not a complete mint fan, you might like this one. This is a mint snooze that, if you don't like the tingling or burning sensation in your upper lip that most mint snoozes have, this is probably your snooze, your mint snooze. It's slightly minty. It's not overbearingly minty, but there's enough here to let you know that there's a mint snus in your mouth. It's more of a peppermint snus with a little bit of sweetness because of the xylitol, but it's not bad. Flavor release is pretty quick. Nicotine strength is a solid 0.85%, just like all of the other Epok flavors. And it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. I'm more of a kick you in the face mint type of guy, or a scroof mint type of guy. This one is not bad, but I wouldn't buy it personally. Like I said, don't let that deter you from buying this snus, because everyone's taste buds are different. You guys might like this one, so my suggestion is try it. You might like it. So yeah, not a bad flavor. It's going to only last you about 20 minutes in the upper lip, and then it dies flat. So keep that in mind. You're going to go through a lot of this stuff. So it's not bad at all. I like the coloration. It's really cool. And the smell on it is pretty fresh smelling. It's a good smell. I think a lot of times with these Epok snoozes, they're more of an aromatic flavor. So they're not heavy hitting, but there's enough flavor in all of these snoozes to keep you interested. Alright guys, so that's it for Epok, all 7 snoozes in one video. Hope you guys survived, and if you guys made it to this point and watched all of it, thank you very much for supporting the channel and being an awesome fan. So thanks a lot, guys. So anyway, if you guys want to stay connected in all things snus, make sure to head on over to SnusCENTRAL.org for the latest articles my friend Larry Waters wrote. Check out the wealth of information we have over there, guys. It's a gold mine to stay connected in all things snus. Also, don't forget to check out our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and if you guys want some snus gear, head on over to snusgear.com and check out all of the awesome shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads. I mean, anything you could think of snus-wise, we got it. So head on over to snusgear.com and check out some awesome stuff. Anyway, guys, once again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of my subscribers for supporting SnusCENTRAL.org, for liking the videos, for sharing them. It really means a lot to us. And don't forget to like this video and share it with everybody that you know that uses snus, and spread the word about good snus. So, until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy good snus.